Look at all those people who supported Zuma under those circumstances. Not a single one of them is still with Zuma. So once he uses you, he throws you very far. But there is one person who's always by Zuma, and Zuma has never dropped this person. It's the daughter, Duduzile Zuma. Everybody else has collapsed. Zwelim Kize.
Yeah. So what turns on that? What's that about?
So the point is, everybody else who's running circles around him, they will all become hobos. Watch the space.
Think about it. Go back to the darkest days, the scandals, the state capture allegations, the relentless assault on our institutions. Who was there? Who was vocally defending him, often with the most outrageous, logic-defying arguments? They were everywhere, a veritable constellation of political figures, business moguls, and media personalities. But where are they now? Vanished. Scattered to the winds. Because once Jacob Zuma has used you, once you've served your purpose in his grand, self-serving narrative, he throws you away so far, you might as well be on another planet. Let's take a walk down memory lane, shall we? A tour through the political wasteland of Zuma's former alliances. Remember the early days, the ascendancy. The ANC Youth League, led by a fiery Julius Malema, was once Zuma's Praetorian Guard. They chanted his name, they wore his t-shirts, they were his shock troops against Mbeki. Malema, the then ardent defender, who famously declared he would kill for Zuma, was instrumental in his rise to power. And where is he now? The leader of the EFF, one of Zuma's most vocal critics, lambasting him at every turn. The fallout was brutal, public, and a clear signal of things to come. Zuma used Malema's youthful energy and influence to secure his position, and then, when Malema started to challenge the status quo and perhaps became too powerful, he was ruthlessly purged. A textbook example of the Zuma modus operandi. And what about his cabinet, his comrades in government? Oh, the revolving door of ministers who dared to cross him, or simply outlived their usefulness. Gwedi, once a close ally and ANC Secretary General, found himself increasingly sidelined as Zuma's grip tightened and the Gupta's influence grew. Tokyo, SACP leaders like Blade, even the much maligned Pravin, who, despite his own controversies, was brought in by Zuma, all eventually found themselves on the outer. They served their purpose, or they became an obstacle, and then they were gone. The pattern is so stark, so consistent, it's chilling. He cultivates loyalty, extracts utility, and then, with cold precision, severs the ties. It's a testament to a deep-seated paranoia, a desire for absolute control, and a chilling disregard for human relationships beyond their immediate strategic value. And then, of course, there was the Gupta era. The period where loyalty to Zuma was inextricably linked to complicity in state capture. Think of the ministers who were shuffled in and out like deck chairs on the Titanic to serve the Gupta agenda. Des van Rooyen, controversially appointed finance minister for a weekend, only to be removed after a public outcry. Swain, Minister of Mineral Resources, seemingly acting as a direct proxy for the Guptas. Lynn Brown, Minister of Public Enterprises, presiding over the hollowing out of state-owned entities. These individuals, and many others, were Zuma's enablers. They stood by him, they defended the indefensible, they participated in what amounted to the systematic looting of our country. And where are they now? Facing charges, their political careers in ruins, their names synonymous with corruption. Zuma, the architect of their downfall, remains relatively unscathed by comparison, leaving a trail of human wreckage in his wake. He used them as shields, as instruments, and when the tide turned, he simply moved on, leaving them to face the consequences. So, what does this tell us? It tells us that loyalty to Jacob Zuma is a one-way street. It's a transactional relationship where you give everything, and he takes everything, offering nothing but temporary proximity to power in return. And once your utility expires, you're discarded. Not gently, not with a polite handshake, but thrown very far, as the saying goes. Which brings us, inevitably, to the present moment. The MK Party. Look at it, people. It's the same old story, just with a new cast of characters. We're seeing the very same dynamics play out, in real time, right before our eyes. Jacob Zuma, once again, at the helm of a new political vehicle, attracting a new cohort of loyalists, a fresh crop of hopefuls who believe they can ride his coattails to power. Think about the individuals who have suddenly emerged as prominent figures within the MK party. Many of them are political castaways, disgruntled former ANC members, or opportunists looking for a new platform. They are showering Zuma with praise, echoing his rhetoric, and seemingly pledging unwavering allegiance. But I'm warning you, heed the lessons of history. The moment any of them become too independent, too vocal, or pose even the slightest perceived threat to Zuma's absolute authority, they will be gone. Thrown out like yesterday's trash. We are already seeing the cracks. The infighting, the purges, the swift and brutal silencing of dissent within the MK party. People who were once front and center are suddenly relegated to the background, or simply disappear from public view. It's the Zuma curse, manifesting once again. The promise of a political future under his banner is a mirage, a dangerous illusion. He's not building a party, he's building a cult of personality, and anyone who deviates from his script will be jettisoned. The point, the crucial point, is this: everyone else who is running circles around him right now, those who are basking in the reflected glow of his current popularity, those who believe they are finally on the winning team, they are all going to become political hobos. Watch the space. Their careers will collapse. Their reputations will be tarnished. They will be left with nothing but the bitter taste of betrayal, wondering how they could have been so blind to the obvious. Because Jacob Zuma does not build, he consumes. He does not foster, he exploits. And he leaves behind him a trail of human wreckage, a graveyard of broken promises and discarded loyalties. So, to those of you who are watching, who are considering throwing your weight behind this latest iteration of the Zuma project, I implore you, learn from the past. Look at the long line of casualties. Look at the pattern. Because the only person who will truly benefit, the only person who will remain standing at the end of this, will be Jacob Zuma himself, with Duduza loyally by his side. Everyone else is just a temporary tool, waiting to be discarded.